President Trump is weighing his options after the troubled rollout of his controversial travel ban. And now that a federal appeals court has ruled against reinstating it, Mr. Trump has a few alternatives. He could ask the Supreme Court to hear the case. He could continue to fight it in federal district court, or he could start over with a brand new order. Option number 3 appears to be the most likely. The president told reporters Friday that he was working on a revised order and he may unveil it next week. For more, I'm joined by Jesse Burns in Washington. He's an associate editor at The Hill. So, Jesse, is a revised executive order the best course of action that the president could take at this point?
Well, what we're hearing from the White House, at least, is that we would expect this early next week, some type of narrower executive order. There have been a lot of voices calling for the White House to merely use this Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that blocked this decision this week, kind of as a blueprint to come up with a new order that is narrower and could pass legal muster. At the same time, it's Donald Trump, and so we know he doesn't like to step back from litigation, and so his administration, we would expect them to also, at the same time, continue to fight this legal battle in some form.
A recent poll shows that less than a third of Americans feel that the travel ban makes Americans safer. Do you think it's really worth the political capital for the White House to continue to pursue this?
Well, there's been some mixed polling on this recently, and we've seen closer to around 50-50 kind of split. It does seem that there is a majority against this travel ban, especially when it's narrowed down to the refugees, and the Syrian refugees in particular, barring them indefinitely. So it could be a tall task to have this kind of sweeping order. At the same time, the crux of the administration's argument that Trump is going for is that it's for national security purposes. And so if that is really what they hone on and focus on, we could see potentially greater support, at least from Republicans, but less support, of course, obviously from Democrats.
How do you think this all impacts Judge Neil Gorsuch's chance of actually being confirmed to the Supreme Court?
Well, we saw this week Judge Gorsuch come out and say, at least privately to a Democratic senator, that he found Trump's attack on the federal judge up in Seattle that blocked this travel ban, he found that disheartening. And so that provided him at least a little bit of independence. Some Democrats weren't fooled by that in their view, saying that he should come out and say it publicly, but at least gives some Democratic senators something to fall back on and say, look, he has come out, he has shown some independence, and so they could point to that as something to justify if they ended up actually crossing over and voting for his confirmation in a couple months.
Jesse Burns, thank you very much, Jesse.
Thank you.